it's Derin here, welcome back to my channel, or if you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Q&A, which I'm so excited about. I asked you guys over on my Instagram, which is just at Derin Adetosoye, for anyone that's not following me, and if you're not following me, then I don't really know what to say. So yeah, today's video is going to be a Q&A. I was actually going to film this video last week, but after I put up the Insta story asking for questions, I received so many more a few hours after it, so I decided that I would just wait for all of the questions to come in and then try and answer as many as possible in today's video. I don't know what that was. If you sent me a question and I wasn't able to answer it today, just remind me in my DMs and I'll just answer it personally for you. But yeah, that is basically today's video. As always though, before getting started, if you are a new viewer, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I post new videos every single week, and now that we're at it, may I mention that I'm potentially going to be uploading twice a week? But enough of this intro, let's just go ahead and jump straight into this video, which is my Q&A. Q&A? Wow, English. So my first question is asking me to recommend the best places to eat / visit, just things to do in London for students. So basically, I'm sure by the time I've uploaded this video, I would have actually posted a video all about 10 things that every student should do in London or something like that. So I'll have that video linked down below if you haven't seen it. But if I was to pick my top 3 from that video, I would say Box Park is definitely number 1. My second favourite place in that video is probably Madison's Rooftop Bar in St Paul's. My third place definitely has to be XOYO student nights. Every single time I've gone to XOYO, it's so funny, and you can get drinks there for literally like £1.50. So yeah, those are definitely like my top 3 highlights, but I have made a whole video by now which will be linked down below. The next question is about freshers, and I've actually received so many questions about this, and it's basically whether or not you should buy freshers tickets before you get to uni or during the week. These questions triggered me so much because last year I bought all of my freshers tickets and wristbands like way before I started uni and way before freshers started, because I thought, you know what, they're gonna sell out. I was unaware of all of these Facebook marketing schemes where they basically are like almost sold out, nearly sold out. So out of panic, I like bought so many lots of freshers tickets in advance. Now I strongly do not recommend doing this. It is very unlikely that your freshers is going to sell out like 2 or 3 weeks before you even start uni. That just doesn't happen, and even if it does sell out, they always add extra tickets, so I wouldn't worry about it. But the reason why I personally wouldn't recommend doing it is because last year I thought that by purchasing all of these tickets I'd basically be covered for Freshers Week, but what actually ended up happening in Freshers was that all of our nights ended up being really spontaneous, and so we actually ended up going to clubs that perhaps weren't even on my wristband, or if I did have it on a wristband, it made no sense for me to like use my queue jump or use my VIP because all of my other friends had like general admission. So I basically never ended up using all of those like VIP access things that I bought for so much money, and so if I basically just waited until the actual night of the events, knew where I was going to, a ticket would only have cost me like £3 to £5. So I 100% recommend just waiting until you go to uni and then seeing what events you're interested in, seeing what events that other people are going to, and then buy your tickets accordingly. Don't do what I did and buy a wristband in advance, which you may not even get much use out of, and you would have spent so much less money otherwise. So that's what I personally recommend. The next question is, what do I study? So for anyone that's new to my channel, hello. I study Fashion, Public Relations and Communication at London College of Fashion, which is part of UAL, which is the University of the Arts London. Every time I say my course name, it feels like a monologue because it's so long. But yeah, I've just finished my first year at LCF. I absolutely loved my first year. I did really well academically and just had such a great time. So I'm really happy with how this first year went, and I'm very excited to start my second year. She's also asked, do you live at school or your own place, and what do I recommend? So in case you guys can't tell, I do live in university halls. I actually live in part of the UAL halls of residence. I'm gonna say where I live now because firstly, most people know because it's quite obvious, and secondly, this is my last day living here, so no one can come and murder me. But I basically live in the Costume Store halls of residence, which is located in North Acton, which is around 10 minutes from Lime Grove's LCF campus. I strongly recommend living in halls. I personally think halls is so important in gaining a university experience, growing up, maturing, and just gaining independence. So I can't recommend it enough. It's also amazing for making friends and for the social aspect, of course. So if you're contemplating living at home or going to halls and you can afford halls, I would 100% recommend it. And then the same girl has also asked, what were the best / worst things with the school? By school, I think you mean university. A lot of people have actually been asking me questions similar to this because I feel like there are such mixed mixed reviews about London College of Fashion. From my own personal experience, I've personally loved it. For me, the best parts are definitely the opportunities that the university offers you. My lecturers are amazing and they've supported me with so many internship opportunities and just general things that are great for experience and for your CV. There's also loads of chances to travel, so we had a course trip to Paris, and then from January next year to Easter I'm actually on a placement term where I can do it anywhere around the world. And then I also believe there's a trip to Berlin as well this year. So I believe that LCF has loads of opportunities that are amazing. The worst parts about uni I don't see as a worst part because I obviously balance loads of other things with my university education, but the worst part that a lot of people pick up on is the lack of contact hours on my personal course. I don't know about the other courses in LCF, but I personally only have uni 2 to 3 times a week max, mostly 2 times a week. I've just got my timetable for this year and I literally only have it on Thursdays and Fridays. Now, a lot of people, especially international students, do find that that is not worth their money because obviously international fees are crazy. You don't get student loans, so I completely understand that. But for me personally, as I obviously do my YouTube and I do other different ventures, I appreciate the lack of contact hours because it means that I have time to get on with my other things. Obviously for some people this is actually a con, but for me it's kind of a pro. So I honestly don't have bad things to say about LCF. The next question is it hard to make friends at university? Honestly guys, you make friends like that whilst you're at uni. It's so easy to do because everyone's in the exact same boat of feeling anxious and everyone's wanting to make friends. So the moment that you say hey to someone or someone says hey to you, you naturally end up forming a conversation with them because you're both kind of wanting to make friends. So honestly, don't worry about it whatsoever. The only thing that I'd say is that try your hardest to be as outgoing as possible during freshers because that's the period where everyone's kind of like forming their friendship groups and sussing everyone out. So just let your personality shine and be yourself and you'll definitely make friends. The next question is, what are your top tips on packing for uni and what do you recommend? So I've actually been asked to film a video about what to pack for university. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I don't think I'm going to film it because most things are things that I'm sure you've already got down on your list. So I just feel like I wouldn't really be adding any value if I post a video like that. My general tips for packing are to just not overpack. I've been trying to hide it with my body, but all of like the remainder of my stuff is on the floor behind me. It has currently taken like 2 cars to move out all of my stuff and I've still got another trip to make. So unless you want to hate yourself when you move out, don't overpack. My top recommendation is to only pack clothing that you need for each season. So from now to September, only pack autumn winter clothes. From December to Easter, only pack winter/spring clothes, and then obviously in the summertime pack summer clothes. You'll genuinely thank yourself so much for it in the future. Obviously I understand that not everyone can go home frequently to like change their clothes, but if you can, I highly recommend this tip. And then my final question for this video is, where am I living next year? Are you going to be moving into a house or living in halls? So this is a question that loads of people have been asking me about, even people in my personal life, because my living arrangements for September were actually like all over the place basically. To give you guys a brief overview, I obviously lived in UAL halls for my first year. Then for my second year, myself and my best friend Miriam, who was on her gap year this year and will be going to UCL this September, were going to get a apartment to rent together. We were flat hunting for ages and then another one of our friends asked to move in with us, so then we decided to go from like 2-bedroom flat hunt to a 3-bedroom flat hunt. Then as we were getting ready to put offers down for our 3-bedroom place, our other friend pulled out, so then we were back to 2 bedrooms. But by the time that happened, all of the good 2-bedroom apartments had all basically gone off the market or had gone up drastically in price. So myself and Miriam, after literally months and months of like flat hunting together, had to pull the plug on it for this year. So I'm actually going to be moving to a private accommodation for September. It's owned by a private company, so it's not affiliated with any universities. It's basically just like here, but not here because it's not got like just UAL students, it's got a mixture of London students. I believe they call it intercollegiate. Yeah, it's an intercollegiate private accommodation. It's in such a lovely location. I've literally dreamt of living in that part of London for so long. It's literally right by Duck and Waffle, if any of you guys are familiar with the whereabouts. But yeah, I'm very, very happy. I'm obviously going to film my moving in vlog and university shopping as I did last year, so I can't wait for you guys to see that. So yeah, those are all of the questions that I'm going to answer in today's video. I'm so sorry if I didn't end up getting to your question. I wanted to make this video short but also answer questions that loads of you guys have been asking. If you did enjoy the video, I would really appreciate if you hit the thumbs up button. Let me know in the comments down below when you're moving into university and what university you're going to. You might even find someone that's going to the same university as you in the comments down below, so that would be like a really cool thing to do. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I honestly appreciate your support so much, and I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye!